let's get into the Alex Jones stuff. As you guys know, there's a fucking saga going on here with him and Owen Shroyer. For those of you that don't know, I was actually at, I was in Austin, Texas, and did a collab with the InfoWars guys. Really good team over there, man. It was really fun. I definitely want to go back sometime again. It's really unfortunate what's going on between Owen Shroyer and Alex Jones, but we'll cover this.
Arrogant dirtbag. Owen Shroyer is scum. Owen Shroyer is a baby sucking on a pacifier. He's an elitist, arrogant dirtbag. Owen Shroyer is scum. You think I'm here to be shit on? Do I look like a fucking toilet to you? There's no more filter. It's gone. And anybody fucks with me is going to get the full truth. And nothing but it, so help me God. And then you want to try to stab your mother in the back because you're a big boy leaving the nest. Well, guess what? You know what your mother is going to do? Piss on you.
All right, so it looks like
When Alex gets mad, man, he has like this theatrical meltdown, which is, it's entertaining, right? But Owen is a good guy, bro. And Owen's been with them for a long time. I didn't realize this. He's been there for like, for like 9 or 10 years or something like that.
Alex Jones is going through it again. It's been a rough past few months for him with all the Epstein stuff, and now this. A longtime employee of his, Owen Shroyer.
And the other thing too, as you guys know, he lost the civil case in Connecticut, right? For those of you that are not aware, okay, going back in time here a little bit. Alex Jones got into quite a bit of, hot water with a civil lawsuit over the Sandy Hook shooting, right? So, as you guys remember, I think it was like back in 2013. I think the guy's name was Adam Lanza. He opened fire, killed a bunch of innocent children at the Sandy Hook school in in Connecticut, in Newtown, Connecticut. Which actually, one of my good friends is from Newtown, Connecticut. I've been in Newtown many times, and what ended up happening was the families of the slain children sued Alex Jones because Alex Jones said that the shooting wasn't real. It was crisis actors. It was all a facade, etc. And he ended up getting sued by a bunch of the family members, and they won the judgment last year. And the judge basically awarded them $1 billion fucking dollars. I kid you not, guys. $1 billion. So one of the ways that they were going to try to collect, was by taking over InfoWars. So, yeah.
Who's been with him for a decade, just announced he's leaving, which obviously Alex isn't handling very well, and he had a complete meltdown over it, because also Owen did a 5-hour live stream addressing why he's leaving, and he said he felt like Alex was pressuring him too much to not talk about certain things and to be more positive about Trump. So that's what really set Alex off, and in the middle of another show on InfoWars, he crashed it just to start flipping out about Owen, and it was really awkward. I mean, Alex was having a complete breakdown here, and you could tell he's actually really pissed. This isn't an act, and he said he even started breaking down crying when Owen called him and demanded a raise to stay with InfoWars.
I'm here to censor.
Oh no, he's here. We've crossed the line.
You should launch a new independent show and claim that I censored you for years and get 1 million viewers and betray me. And you're allowed to lie about me any way you want.
You know I love you.
No,
look. Let's reject the let's reject the Grabbler.
This is a. I'm using this as a case point. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
How much have I come in and censored you over the years?
Yeah, not enough, frankly. I'd say some things
we
that I
missed
shouldn't
you.
be saying.
Have I ever censored you?
Never once. Literally never once.
Hey, if you want to quit and have a publicity stunt and lie about me, I forgive you, okay?
Well, that's
I know. I'm
very
just saying I expected. Hey, David Knight did it. Owen's done it.
And Alex does this shit all the time, by the way, guys. Okay, so the way they have it set up, right? They got a studio over there in Austin, and they have a bunch of different studios there of different shows. Sometimes Alex will just pop in and crash one of the guys' shows and do shit like this, which is kind of funny. But at the same time, I could tell that it annoys the host. It's bro, we're in the middle of a show, man. Come on, bro. But they can't say that because Alex is the boss, bro.
And I tell you, I was taking the high road till I actually started watching it. And it's like Anakin Skywalker's become Darth Vader.
Can we sing a song?
Hey, when I go on the air, I'm letting you have it, Shroyer. You stabbed your brother in this operation in the back, and you're a fucking liar.
Can we sing a song?
Fucking asshole.
Can we sing a
Piece of
song?
shit. I don't ever get involved in infighting, but I've known somebody 10 years, and they've been my friend, but he's gotten really dark, didn't talk to the crew the last 2 years, and so it's like a different person. I'm not here to be the villain for somebody's lie. So wait till you hear his phone call to me yesterday. He literally talked to me like it was a crack whore and he was a pimp. He's like, yeah, well, if you're desperate, pay me more, I'll stay. But I'm going to promote my new show on InfoWars, huh?
Let's take the high road.
Really nice. I might do a week. I was like, man, this is really hurting my feelings, dude. No, it's all right. You don't have to come in. I hung up, started fucking crying. And then he goes on fucking air and lies about me. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. I won't fucking take people stabbing me in the back anymore. Fuck you. Get ready.
Yeah, and then he went on his own show and kept going off on him. I think the live stream Owen did is what really got to him because it got a lot of attention. A lot of people took Owen's side, and he talked about how Alex kept telling him he's too negative and anti-Trump and anti-Israel. Also, he felt like Alex was trying to influence his show too much.
Now, if you guys have never watched Owen Shroyer, me and Owen Shroyer are politically damn near identical, okay? He's also very critical of Israel. We agree on a lot of different things. He's a good dude. I like him. I spent a significant amount of time hanging out with him when I was in Austin. And he also, one thing I do commend about him is that he is totally objective a lot of the times of his analysis of Trump, right? You guys know me. If Trump does something good, I praise him. If he does something stupid, I criticize him. Right? Now, the reason why this is very important to distinguish is because you guys got to understand, right? So, okay, how am I going to go about this? So we're going to kind of go deep into this thing, and I'm going to explain the right wing when it comes to media, okay? And in order for you guys to understand this, I'm going to need to start in 2021. So let's go back in time. January 6, 2021. Capitol riots. As you guys know, Donald Trump told his people or his supporters to march to the Capitol peacefully. What later ensued became American history for decades to come. Several individuals rushed the Capitol building. People were shot and killed. People were attacked. People were assaulted. And what ended up after that was one of the biggest FBI investigations ever. The FBI went after and arrested thousands of individuals who were at the Capitol or walked into the Capitol on that day. Joe Biden then took office roughly January 20th of 2021 after Mike Pence betrayed the MAGA base and solidified the vote, the former vice president under Trump. A lot of the MAGA base said, oh, fuck Mike Pence. We need to, we're on YouTube, so I can't say it, right? Rope, noose, you guys know what I'm saying. And what ended up happening was we had 4 years of probably one of the most incompetent presidential administrations that I've ever seen or in my lifetime. Okay? The Biden administration's reign over the last 4 years created so many fucking problems. But one of the chief problems it created was it created a mass censorship wave, right? Many notable right-wing creators were either banned, censored, shadow banned, demonetized, etc. Almost all of us dealt with some bullshit. Whether it's people like us over at Fresh Vid getting demonetized, or people like Andrew Tate getting banned everywhere, or Steven Crowder being demonetized, or Nick Fuentes getting banned off YouTube, or Owen Shroyer going to jail, or Daily Wire getting censored. Remember, this was before October 7th. Virtually every single political commentator that had any type of conservative or right-wing views dealt with some bullshit censorship to a degree. Lauren Chen was investigated by the FBI, which we're going to talk about Lauren Chen as well. She just made a return yesterday or this morning. If you were a right-wing or a conservative political or cultural commentator, Pearl's another example, you dealt with some sort of bullshit. Either you got your pee-pee slapped and censored in a way, or You didn't get your PV slap, but what you were doing was you were avoiding certain topics and you were self-censoring. But I think the bottom line here that you guys can take away was censorship was at a very high level. In response to this mass censorship, we saw the rise of many political commentators that backed political candidates that were running for the 2024 election. First, it was Ron DeSantis. Once that was a failure, people jumped on the Trump train. Okay? Now, let me be clear about this. When Donald Trump announced that he was going to be president, he was in the middle of 4 criminal investigations as well as several lawsuits for bad business practices, sexual assault, etc. Everyone and their mom was coming after Donald Trump. January 6th put a target on his back. And not only did January 6th put a target on his back and he had to deal with a whole bunch of lawfare, he also was banned and censored on every single social media platform. This is important. We're going to come to it later. So when Trump announced that he was going to run for president in 2024, and the Ron DeSantis campaign fell flat on its face because he made the announcement on fucking Twitter, because people forget that Elon Musk actually supported Ron DeSantis first. When that fell through, everyone got behind Trump. And the reason why a lot of people got behind Trump wasn't necessarily because they loved Trump so much, like Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis or Vivek or any of these guys that fucking wanted to become president. They understood that they simply could not keep up with MAGA. And it was either get in line or get run over. You want a job in the administration? You better fucking bend the knee now. And many of them did. Prior to the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken, in July of last year, Donald Trump was shot at while he was in Butler, Pennsylvania. During one of his presentations, he was doing a presentation on immigration, and he had his head slanted as he was looking at the chart. What we would later find out was him having his head slanted while looking at the chart literally saved his life. Had he not turned his head to talk about his immigration reform or his ability to properly conduct immigration enforcement, he probably would not be alive now. We saw the footage. We saw the AI recreations of how close that bullet came to killing him. He fell down to the floor. People weren't sure if he was alive, but he stood back up, threw his fist in the air, he said, "Fight, fight, fight," with the iconic American flag and Secret Service agents rushing him out of the area. And what many of you, probably didn't know back then, but now you know, is we witnessed an iconic moment in history. Something that's going to live in infamy. Whether, we remember Pearl Harbor, we remember the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated, or the day Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, or any of these other fucking achievements. This is something that's going to go down in history forever, right? So the entire right wing got behind Trump, okay? Like 90% got behind Trump after he almost got killed. Now, some of the people that got behind Trump, who were already supporters, doubled down on supporting Donald Trump. One of these individuals I'm going to give credit to is Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk single-handedly ran a majority of Trump's ground game during the 2024 campaign. He had Turning Point USA rallies and conventions. He was going to colleges, telling young people to vote. He was spending an enormous amount of money having these conventions to influence people to become more conservative. And many other creators supported Trump. Steven Crowder was doing a election fraud audit. Bongino was on air every single day saying the Democrats are
redacted.
Was supporting Trump. Everybody in the right wing supported Trump. I supported him. We all wanted Biden out. I think it's fair to say that all of us wanted Biden gone. Benny Johnson, Charlie Kirk, Brandon Tatum, everyone at InfoWars, myself, all of us wanted these niggas gone, right? Now, this is the key. During the 2024 campaign, there were certain right-wing influencers that simply had more access than others. Okay? People like Charlie Kirk, Benny Johnson, some of the guys at Daily Wire, etc., were able to land interviews with Donald Trump, or were tightly aligned with his campaign. In 2024, as you're trying to get Biden out of the White House, this is a fantastic alliance to have. But there's only one problem. Once Trump got into office and started to go backwards on some of his promises, i.e. the Epstein files, i.e. no new wars while simultaneously bombing Iran, i.e. walking back the tariffs, i.e. no mass deportations, it created a line in the sand. You either A, stuck with Trump with these bad policies because you supported him strongly in 2024, or B, you read the writing on the wall and called it like it is. Now, for the people that don't want to criticize him, the Charlie Kirks, the Benny Johnsons, the Alex Joneses, you must understand, for them to criticize Trump hurts them and their bottom line because they got an unprecedented level of access to Trump during the 2024 campaign. So for them to be critical of him would be like shooting yourself in the foot from a career progress standpoint. Tim Pool also, right? And I like a lot of these people. I don't have a problem with these people. And Trump, for those of you that don't know, is extremely petty. And what I mean by this is if you badmouth him, he will never forget. He will always hold a grudge. He hates disloyal people. This is why on this campaign, if you notice, his entire cabinet are his homies. Kash Patel, Pete Hegseth, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem, Stephen Miller, all the people that are Susie Wiles, all the people that are closest to him are people that he trusts, that he likes. On this campaign, he focused more on loyalty than he did on skill sets. The first administration was a bunch of swamp creatures like John Bolton and Mike Pence and all these other fucking guys because he didn't know better. He was a businessman, not a politician. But now, the second go around, he put people around him that he trusts. The people that really built up their platform in 2024, getting Trump into office, they will look foolish if they criticize him now. Alex Jones is one of those people. Okay? Because the Trump administration was supportive of him during the Sandy Hook bullshit. Elon Musk supported Alex by unbanning him. Elon Musk's lawyers helped InfoWars with their lawsuit of Sandy Hook. And Elon Musk, as you guys know, was Trump's right-hand man during the campaign. So Elon Musk did a huge fucking favor for Alex Jones by unbanning him, allowing him back on X, and Elon Musk's proximity to Donald Trump is why Alex does not want to be extremely critical of Trump, and understandably so. Fair enough. The people that made a career or built up their platform in 2024 by supporting Trump, now they're put in a bad predicament. Because as you guys can see, after 9 months in office, Trump has backstepped on a lot of the promises he made. Again, Epstein, mass deportations, no new wars, bombing Iran, creating anti-Semitism laws despite saying that he wants to make censorship recede. Now, what this has done, by him backtracking on a lot of his policy, is it's put people like Benny Johnson, Charlie Kirk, Stephen Crowder, etc., in a very difficult position. Yeah, this isn't what I voted for, or pretend everything is just fine and don't criticize Trump so that you can continue to have a press pass for the White House, so you can continue to have access to politicians for interviews. And what I've noticed from the people that still support Trump heavily and don't criticize him, it's put them in very precarious political situations. And I've seen this manifest itself within debates where I'm watching someone like Charlie Kirk get schooled by a fucking college student in Oxford, not because Charlie Kirk's a bad debater, but because he cannot criticize Trump. I can see that he's fucking walking on eggshells. It's very obvious. Now, this brings us to Owen Shroyer. Alex Jones really was saved by Elon Musk aligned with Donald Trump. So he's human. He understands that these guys did him a solid. And though he will criticize them a little bit, he's not going to make all of his content about criticizing Trump, which I understand and I can empathize with because these guys helped him. But Owen, as a subordinate under the InfoWars banner, who is very critical of Trump, that puts Alex Jones in a bad position because Alex Jones is dealing with a very difficult lawsuit that's very expensive. The last thing he needs is to make an enemy out of the sitting president after the sitting president helped him. Also, last thing that he wants to do is make an enemy of the richest man in the world who also helped him. And unfortunately, by Owen Shroyer being a part of InfoWars, talking about this stuff, it puts Alex Jones in a difficult position. Now, here's the reality. I don't think Alex Jones told Owen, hey, you can't say this. Stop insulting Israel. Stop insulting Trump. But what I do think probably transpired, right? And kind of Owen alludes to this a little bit, is Alex probably had to talk with him like, hey, man, look, you can be critical as you want, but can you not shit on him too hard? And that might have rubbed him the wrong way. We don't know. We're not privy to that conversation. We don't know exactly what was said and transpired between the two. All we can really analyze is the background and all the other facts which I gave you. And this is why I warned you guys. I told you guys this was going to be a very detailed explanation. But my goal here was to weave 2021, the rise of Trump, the rise of certain influencers on the right wing, and then the huge shift and rift that was created within MAGA once Trump started to backpedal on some of his promises. Shroyer, like myself and others, is holding Trump to account for some of those promises he made, while other conservatives are kind of turning a blind eye to it because Trump was instrumental in their growth.
So when Alex saw that and all the people supporting him, he just snapped, because also he thinks Owen is doing this to drum up attention for himself and his new show.
And, Alex had been coming into my show and talking about how I'm negative and calling me a pessimist and all this other stuff, which is fine. You work for Alex, you're going to get hit with it a lot. Alex is not easy to work for, and that's fine. That's okay. But, okay, he says I'm too negative. He says I'm a pessimist, whatever. I'm too anti-Trump. So I just said, all right, you know what? I'll just take some time off. I'll just disappear. And if Alex thinks I'm too negative, then maybe he's right. And it's not to say that I didn't have creative control over the InfoWars war room. But I mean, imagine it's like somebody staring over your back 24/7. And so every single day that I came back, it was either a guest that I was told I had on at the last minute, or it was, him coming into the studio. He wants me to cover this. He wants me to cover that. Or I have to host his show for him because he's not in. So there was just...
And then I'm sure when Alex saw the tweets supporting Owen, it just made things even worse. Also, people are reporting that Owen left InfoWars because Alex was trying to censor him about Trump and Israel, which is obviously a bad look. So when Alex got on air, he just went absolute apeshit over it. It was hilarious. Like, this was a generational crash out. Even for Alex Jones, this was wild. I've never seen anything like it. And it's just funny, Owen leaves and is like, yeah, my boss was a bit much. It was difficult working with him. And then his boss responds by calling him a piece of shit, traitor, scumbag, and just goes berserk over it. Like, I don't know if this is the best way to win people over if you're trying to prove you're a good employer. But I guess the gloves are off here, and Alex said he's using this to level up.
And I will no longer let lesser men try to build their resume by claiming I'm a traitor when they're scumbag Benedict Arnolds. Pieces of shit. Wannabe elitists. Arrogant scumbags. I'm not arrogant. I'm on a power trip. I'm in a total commitment against evil. I'm pouring out my guts, my soul, my family, everything I've got committed to this, and I will not have pieces of fucking shit lie about me and say I'm not true. I will fucking destroy you, scum. All of you. Fuck you. I have sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form of tyranny, against the mind of men. And I told everyone 2 weeks ago, I'm leveling up. And it's scary.
Look, I love Owen, but these Alex rants are entertaining as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Oh, man.
Because I'm a scary person. I can outthink and outmaneuver all these people. And I just keep trying to get the general society to wake up and win. But I guess it does lie to me. I guess I am the smartest. I am the best. I am the fastest. The problem is, interlocking into this information is very frightening.
All right, guys.
So, it must be done. So I will do it. I'll never watch another movie. I guess I have to become celibate because I can't give my energy up to sex. That's the biggest strain on me because I'm a man. There is no more pleasure. There is no more pain, no more art. There is no more culture. There is only war. And I commit myself to total war against Satan. And I ask God to lead God and direct me and commit me to his arms and to become a complete vessel of warfare against this operation. And I repent for all my sins. And I ask now before everyone that you lift me up to be an absolute battering ram against the enemy in God's will. In the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Amen. So everybody be on notice.
Yeah, so that was something else. And while Alex was
So you could tell that this guy doesn't watch Alex Jones like this, like that. Because, like, if you watch Alex Jones, you kind of already know that he does shit like this, so it's not that big a deal. But, like, when normies watch him, they lose their minds because they've never seen this type of shit before. But, yeah, for those of you that don't watch Alex Jones, like, bro, this is just another day in the office, bro. Niggas are saying he bugging. Bro, he's like this. He does this shit all the time, bro. Anyone that watches Alex Jones knows this is how he moves, man. It's entertaining as fuck.
losing his mind and going off on Owen. Owen put out this compilation of his favorite moments on the show and said it was an epic ride. I wish nothing but the best for the entire InfoWars team. So while Alex is just going absolute ape shit and calling him a traitor and everything, Owen's like, we're all good. I wish you guys the best of luck. But that didn't make Alex back down. You know, he's been going off all day about this. And he thinks Owen might be possessed by a demon or he might be on drugs, because he claims Owen's been really rude to him the past few years and he saw this coming. So Alex calls him out on that and him trying to play the victim and trash InfoWars on the way out to promote his own career.
Owen Shroyer's dead to me. If he goes on air and repents to Jesus and apologizes for being demon possessed or whatever it is he is, then I will forgive him. But he thinks...
I hope they make up and become friends again. Because being at InfoWars is really fun. They got a really great dynamic over there. Like, let me give them their flowers, bro, to InfoWars. They really have a fantastic dynamic down there, bro. They really do. All the guys on all the different shows really have, like, they have multiple studios. They're all in the same building, but, like, they all have their own setup studios. And it's just, like, really cool to walk around and, you know, talk to the staff, talk to the people, whatever. They got like a really positive work environment, man. They got a gym in there and everything.
He would like absorb us as a launch pad and lie about us to make himself a victim so he could project himself and launch his own show. And then as all the articles come out and Jones censored Shroyer on Trump criticism and Israel. You are a snake. You are a rat. You are a fraud. You are a backstabber. You are a handbiter. You are a disgrace. He'd walk by me and say something like, you know, just start laughing at me. Like, again, I'm not in junior high, so it didn't hurt me at that level. It hurt me that he was just like, yeah, I heard you. Yes. So, and then we're back the next day, and Owen just shows back up and does his show and walks in and just looks at me with hatred and like slinks in there just because he really wanted me to fire him so he could be a victim. And I confided just in a few of the producers. I said, he wants to be a victim. I said, I'm going to have love and say prayers for him that he gets better. I'll be really nice to him, give him extra bonuses. Maybe he'll pull out of it. I tried to talk to him. He's never wanted to talk to me. And I said, he's going to stab me in the back. He's a new person. And I don't know if it's his personal life. I don't know if it's stuff he's smoking. But I've seen a lot of people get paranoid, you know, they smoke pot and go nuts. But I mean, I can just tell you this right now, that I'm not here to be shit on or stabbed in the back. This crew isn't your punching bag. And we did nothing to you but be loyal. And your little 5-hour extravaganza of little puppy dog that doesn't know why. And he just wanted to come back and shake my hand and be nice. And then I kind of censored him and said, no, you don't need to host your show. You want to hear what he said in the phone call to me? I didn't record it. I was in the pool with my 8-year-old daughter playing with her Barbie dolls.
So I guess Owen quit and Alex had a breakdown crying while he was in the pool playing with Barbie dolls. What a sad scene. Hopefully he didn't start throwing up too, because last time he had a breakdown like this, he started puking.
So I just got to the office. So I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really...
I will give Alex Jones credit too, guys. Alex Jones is on air like all day, by the way. I don't know if y'all know this. If you guys follow him on X, bro is always live. InfoWars is always live. He's lost a lot of weight. He gave up alcohol, right? Much respect. Because he was really going through it during the whole, Sandy Hook shit.